4 months of riding, 1 year down the line, they start becoming reckless and reducing safety gear. You start now compromising on safety gear, compromising here and there, compromising here and there. And then finally you find yourself riding in sneakers and some open shoes, yeah, some rubber shoes and tracksuits. You start now doing things that are Ladies and gentlemen, lovers and followers of Two Wheels Paradise, here we are in Lake Magadi, yeah, the salt capital center. This is a place with very, very high levels of salt. There is a lot of salt mining. I think it's called soda. I don't know the chemical name for soda, but there is a lot of stuff that is being mined here, with a lot of very beautiful flamingos over there and structures, and very beautiful place in Kajiado County. This is at the heart of Magadi. Now, the reason why I am here is to do a video that has been requested by several of my viewers, and people are trying to understand what makes it dangerous for more experienced riders, and what subjects experienced riders to accidents at high rate and also fatal accidents compared to beginners. Beginner bikers are there riding their motorcycles, but very, very rarely you will find a beginner getting into a fatal accident. Fatal accidents most of the times happen to people with a lot of experience. So the question is, why? And that is what I want to answer here. Welcome back to Two Wheels Paradise. Let's do this. Now, back to the discussion. The reason why experienced bikers tend to get into fatal accidents is because of several reasons. One, overconfidence. When you get your first motorcycle, when you start riding bikes, you are always under constant fear that something could actually go wrong. Something could actually go wrong. And because of that, you are always very, very careful about everything you do, everything you think of. You're very, very observant about everything you want to do. But as you get experience, as you get used to bikes, you start becoming less and less fearful about motorcycles. And this is where now disaster starts to creep in. You find yourself not worried about anything, very, very confident about your skills, very confident about your knowledge of the motorcycle you have, that I know even if I'm doing 200 kilometers an hour, I will still stop. If anything requires me to stop, I will stop. If anything requires me to swerve, I know I will swerve. So you get overconfident about the bike you're riding, the technology you have in that motorcycle. You get overconfident about your skills and everything else, your knowledge of the environment. You get so overconfident to a point you become a danger to yourself. You become a danger to yourself. The other thing is ignorance. There are so many road hazards, there are so many warning signs, there are so many things that happen around you when you're riding your motorcycle. But most of the times, experienced bikers tend to ignoring hazard signs, ignoring your instincts. You want to overtake, but something deep down inside your heart tells you just relax for a second. But because of the element of overconfidence and ignorance, you just decide, let me overtake. You want to take a very, very sharp corner in a road that you have not been there before, and you just taking it like casually. You're ignoring every element of caution and doing things that you think you know so much. So the element of overconfidence and ignorance is another reason that more experienced bikers tend to die in motorcycle accidents. Beginners always ask themselves question, what if? What if? What if? But now you find that for experienced bikers, it is not always the case. It's not always the case. A lot of times, veteran bikers tend to ignore a lot of things. And something that people ignore is safety gear. Safety gear. If you have watched my videos, you realize that I'm always geared up. Always. Always geared up. Always geared up. I don't even think there is one video on this channel that I was riding without my gloves on. Even when I'm riding in a very, very hot place like this one, I have some gloves that are designed for such environment, but I still have to wear gloves. No matter what is going on, I still have to wear gloves. I still have to wear gloves. Boots are always there. Always. Even right now, I'm recording this video. I'm wearing my riding boots. I try to have good adventure jackets that have paddings. I try my best to have gear, even when the environment is not allowing me to be fully geared. Sometimes I go to the coast, sometimes I go to places like this one with degrees almost 40. Very, very hot place. But the moment I sit on that bike, my bike is somewhere, I'm very sure you cannot see it. Somewhere over there. Somewhere around there. Yeah, that's where my bike is parked. It can't get anywhere closer because this place is wet, because it is part of the lake. So I couldn't get anywhere closer with it. But the moment I sit on that bike, I must make sure I'm fully geared. I would rather boil and sweat than bleed. That's my philosophy. It is easier to sweat than to bleed. It is cheaper to sweat than to bleed. I don't play around with safety gear, but you find that a lot of people, the moment they get to 4 months of riding, 1 year down the line, they start becoming reckless and reducing safety gear. You start now compromising on safety gear, compromising here and there, compromising here and there, and then finally you find yourself riding in sneakers and some open shoes, yeah, some rubber shoes and track suits. You start now doing things that are intentionally dangerous. Intentionally dangerous. The other thing that makes veteran bikers get into fatal accidents is sometimes not concentrating on the environment. And this is because of multitasking. Multitasking. Someone is riding a motorcycle and they are doing a lot of things because they trust the technology of the bike they are riding. Someone is in a motorcycle that has cruise control, traction control, whatever control, a lot of controls. So now it gives them a leeway to even go and start texting, riding without holding the handlebars because you are doing something. You're trying to open some beer cans, some sodas, some drinking water. You're trying to do a lot of things at the same time you're riding. Just because you're trusting your bike. You're not taking care of the environment. And then out of nowhere, someone crosses the road drunk. A vehicle makes a U-turn. Something happens. you have zero chances of saving yourself. If you're riding on cruise control and you're doing 140 kilometers an hour on cruise control, I don't think it is going to be easier for you to save yourself. It is not going to be very, very easy to save yourself. So multitasking is the other issue that gets people into very, very nasty accidents. Finally, people getting into road rage. Beginner bikers have a lot of fear when it comes to dealing with other road users. Someone will push a beginner off and they are going to run into the bushes, then come back complaining, but they're not fighting, they're just complaining inside the helmet. But someone who is older into bikes will try and prove a point. Someone overtakes you recklessly and then you decide to overtake them recklessly to prove a point, to pay back. You will never fight beginners doing that unless it is someone who is naturally reckless. But this is a behavior that you find with older bikers, veteran bikers. You find them doing anything. These are the reasons why you find most of the fatal accidents that are reported in our motorcycle community. A lot of them, the biggest majority, involve people with a lot of experience. People with a lot of experience. Veteran bikers. I don't know where you are, and I don't know what is running in your head, but if you are riding motorcycles, you need to be careful. If you're riding motorcycles, you need to be careful. It doesn't matter whether you're riding for the first day or you've been riding for over 10 years like myself. Try and take care of yourself. It doesn't prove anything when you die because of being reckless. Doesn't prove anything. So if you're riding motorcycles, try and be safe. These are the reasons why beginner bikers are safer than veterans. Take care of yourself and see you around. This is Lake Magadi. And you see how this place looks like? Look at this. And you see how this place looks like? And we have a flamingo egg here, but I don't know how I can get it. Can you see somewhere here? There is a flamingo egg somewhere here. This is a flamingo egg. A whole egg. I just wish I can get over there. I tried, but it is sinking. Really sinking. So if I was to get that one, I would carry it home and try to cook it. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. Welcome back to Two Wheels Paradise. This is Meshach, always telling you the real stuff. See you around.